time. I better get on and do some reading rather than just chatting and catching up with you all. So today we're reading some more Kapai Kiwi stories. So this is a Kapai Goes Whale Watching. So I used to live very close to where the story is set before I came down to Dunedin. Kapai, the little Kiwi, is determined he will fly. He's brave and smart and clever. He'll give anything a try. I wonder how he's going to fly when he's whale watching. It's a bit tricky, isn't it? He has two special mates, Tamatea and Uncle Slim. They think he's really choice and they'll do anything for him. All right, let me just pull up my chat so I can see how we're going, because I can see some people are chatting, which is lovely. Hello. Oh, and Sienna's just wearing black. That's great. I wore black last time we did some Kiwi stories as well, Sienna. Good thinking. Big Uncle Slim is cuddly and fond of songs and tales. His favourites of Kaikoura, Kaianga of the whales. So Kaianga means the home. He tells them of Paikea, the world's most famous whale, who plays with all the dolphins and dances on his tail. There's lots of dolphins, lots of seals up around Kaikoura as well. They head down to Kaikoura in Slim's new yellow bus. Past the Southern Alps they roar, shouts Kapai, look at us! Oh, I can see lots of people joining us now. It's great to see you. They tow the whale watch waka down from the old grey quay. Everybody's helping. They can't wait to get to sea. Blatting through the waves, now the waka's going fast. The three friends are excited. This is going to be a blast. Suddenly, the sky grows dim, the sea becomes so calm. Kapai grows quite frightened and he grabs his best friend's arm. Rising high above the sea, there blows a water spout. Behind it, a humongous whale, a smile upon his snout. Kia ora, little cuzzies. Pakea is my name. Haere mai, come have a swim, and I'll show you a game. Oh, I wonder what sort of game a whale can play. Leaping overboard, Pakea for a swim, and Kapai starts to splash. Tamatea and Uncle Slim. Climb up here on my back, get ready for my spout, and I'll grant you a secret wish. I will, without a doubt. How are you going to climb up on a whale's spout? That's a bit tricky, isn't it? Whooshy whoosh blows the spout, and Kapai flies on high, up and up into the air. Just watch me, I can fly. Fly the whale's spout. And each one has a turn upon the spout of frothy foam. And then the captain calls out, right, it's time to head on home. But they will all be coming back. There's nothing surer. A whale of a time was had with Paikea off Kaikoura. Isn't that beautiful? So we're going to go to the other end of the country. And this one is called Kapai and the City of Sails. Do you know which city is called the City of Sails in New Zealand? See if you can pop a chat in. Which city? I don't think it's Dunedin, so I wonder which city might be our City of Sails. Do you know? We'll find out if you don't know. Here we go. You'll know in a minute. There you go. Can you guess now? Whoopee! Shouted Kapai as they crossed the bond. We're on our way to Auckland, a city packed with thrills. Adventure parks and playgrounds, a monstrous tower I hear, and heaps of people round a square called Aotea. There you go. So Auckland is known as the City of Sails. Just look at all these cars and trucks, Kapai began to say, and Goonie squawked with wonder as they hit the motorway. Now, where to first? Beamed Uncle Slim. I'm starving for a starter. Let's zap across the mighty bridge that spans the Waitemata. It's a big, long bridge. Over the Tay Bridge they climbed, and Pipi took a photo. Said, what's that hard case island? Tamatea said, Rangitoto. So Tay means big or long or high. So after lunch in Takapuna, back they drove together, and travelling down the harbour bridge, Kapai gasped, "Flip my feather! Just look at all those trees," he squeaked. "A forest in the water. We'd better take a squiz at that. I really think we oughta." I wonder what he's thinking is a forest in the water. "They're not trees," laughed Uncle Slim. "The things you see are lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of yachts. A city full of sails, you see, that's where it gets its name." "I'd like to take a closer look," said Kapai, "just the same." A forest made of masts it was, and rigging, sails and spars. When Kapai stood beneath, he said, "There's heaps more yachts than cars." "I'd really love to sail on one," said Tama, "since we're here." But Uncle Slim just smiled and said, "I've got a choice idea." What's he going to do? He peered intently at the bus and said, "I think we'll handle her. But first we'd better go and see my mate called Mr. Chandler." In no time flat, the friends were back with masts and sails and rigging. "But won't it take," said Tamatea, "a fair bit of rejigging?" "It's not a prob," said Uncle Slim. "To miss out would be tragic. This bus will make a Kapai boat. We'll call her Yellow Magic." Well, that's a bit of a play on when we had the America's Cup, and there was a boat called Black Magic. So it's a bit of a play on that. It was a wee while ago. "Soon, all aboard," cried Captain Slim, "and don't forget your jacket." A crowd was at the launching ramp, attracted by the racket, and splosh into the water went the funny yellow bus. It floated. It was working, and Kapai yelled, "Look at us! Can you see that boat? That's a bit funny. I've made their bus into a boat." "No time for cordial," said the captain from the railing. "Now heave away upon this rope, it's time that we were sailing." And as the breezes filled the sails, Kapai said, "Look at me, I'm riding on the spinnaker. I'm flying. Yay, whoopee." He's a bit obsessed with flying, our little Kiwi, isn't he? "Going about," said Uncle Slim. "It's head down, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. We'll sail beneath the harbour bridge." Now that should be some fun. So some of you in year 6, you'll know what it means to go about when you were sailing at camp earlier this year. Remember when you had to duck to let the sail go across the top of your heads? So underneath the bridge they went, and people waved and tooted. This magic yellow boat just seemed to do whatever suited. Captain Slim was shouting orders. Could this be for real? "Pipi, loose the main sheet," and "Kapai, take the wheel." With Kapai steering at the helm, the boat just seemed to soar. Tawhiri Matea filled the sails, and more and more and more. Tawhiri Matea is the god of the winds in the Māori world. Out past the point and round the buoy, you really should have seen her. Then homeward bound beneath the bridge and back to the marina. Then Kapai turned the craft about and smoothly sailed to dock her, and all of Auckland talked about the magic yellow waka. Do you really think the bus would float? I'm not sure that the bus would float. I think it might sink, but it's a nice story, isn't it? Righty-ho, here we go. Last one for Kapai today. This is a wee bit longer, but it's a beautiful story. This one is called Kapai's Kiwi Holiday. The yellow bus chugged happily, the city far behind, Pohutakawa by the road as it began to wind. "Not far now," said Uncle Slim. "You know, I've got a hunch that pretty soon we'll see the beach, and there we'll stop for lunch and see where they're heading to." 90 Mile Beach. Does anyone know where 90 Mile Beach is in New Zealand? I think it's north of Auckland or south of Auckland. What do we think? Then there it was, all sandy, flat and sandy, waves upon the shore. "It's 90 miles, you say?" asked Kapai. "It looks like it's more." "They say it's 90 miles, says Pipi, paddling in the water. "That's what they say," smiled Uncle Slim, "but I think it's sort of shorter." is. You're right. It's right up in Northland. It's up in the top of the North Island. So Pepe sunned and Tama served, and Uncle Slim said, "Hey, let's take the rods along the beach and try for tamu day. This beach is famous for its snapper, big ones too, you know. Our lunch might just be swimming there. I think it's worth a go." It'd be nice to just catch some fish off the beach for your lunch. Wading out into the water, soon the lines were out. Then a tug and then a nibble. Kapai gave a shout. "I've got one, help!" cried Kapai as his rod began to bend. "I think I've got a great big snapper out there on the end." He gets lots of frights, does our wee Kapai, doesn't he? He's a wee bit of a nervous wee fisherman. "Quick, reel him in," said Uncle Slim. "Here, let me lend a hand." And there it was, a shining fish brought safely into land. "Wow, what a size," gasped Kapai as he waved his prize about. "Hey, careful with our lunch, you guys," came Tamatea's shout. And then a pan was sizzling full of fillets, crisp and gold. "Don't burn yourself," laughed Pippi. "These are far too hot to hold. Just fold them in a slice of bread. It's pretty hard to beat." And soon the friends were munching on their Kapai seafood treat. Kapai means really good or awesome. And it's funny, isn't it? Because they've used the word Kapai and that's his name, and then they've used it in the story as well. Then down the sandy road they drove between the dunes and sea, and Kapai, full of lunch, saying, "This is just the life for me." "Hey, look up there," said Tamatea. "That looks like a thrill." As on a dune came someone sliding down the sandy hill. They have really big sand dunes up in parts of Northland. "That's sandboarding," said Uncle Slim. "You want to have a go?" They pulled up to the largest dune and tumbled out below. "We haven't any boards," said Pepe. "How are we going to ride?" "Floor mats will do," said Uncle Slim. "They're flat enough to slide." There's all sorts of things, can't you? Whee! So off they climbed with mats in hand, the sandy slidey peak, and down they whooshed with shouts of glee. "Hurrah!" and "Joyce!" and "Eek!" I reckon it's Kapai saying eek. "Right, that's enough," puffed Uncle Slim. "We can't stay here all day. We're due at Cape Reinga, and we've still got quite a way." It's actually a very long drive all the way up to the tip of the North Island to find Cape Reinga, and that's the lighthouse at the top. So Pepe told the stories as they bounced along the sand. The Cape's a special, sacred place, the end of all the land. It's said that spirits travel there. The leaping place, they say. They fly from Cape Reinga to Hawaii, far away. Hawaii is the homeland, far beyond the rising sun. The spirits fly to rest there when their time on earth is done. And so, with lots to think about, Kapai closed his eyes and dreamed of spirits flying home to Hawaii skies. "Then here we are," said Uncle Slim. "You guys stay close to me." They stood atop the mighty cliff that thrust into the sea. "It's really cool to be here now I know what Reinga means." And Kapai felt the spirits as he'd seen them in his dreams. It's a really windy place up at Cape Reinga because it's just got sea all around it, so it's quite a blustery place. "This place is really special, a truly awesome sight," said Uncle Slim. "We'd better find a place to camp tonight." "There's the spot," said Tamatea. Pepe whooped, "Hooray!" And Kapai looked around to see a magic little bay. Soon the tents were pitched, and then the billy boiled for tea. "Now let's explore," said Tamatea. "Come along with me. You fellas take this with you. It's my lucky kite, mind. Go look for kai moana and see what you can find." So kai moana is food from the sea. Down the rocks they found a pool, and Tama said, "Kapai, there's kina here and paua too, and yummy fat kutai." So up the beach they carried home the kite, full of booty. "Hey, look," said Uncle Slim to Pepe. "Time for cooking duty." Wouldn't they be delicious? Fresh seafood, straight out of the sea. So soon the pot was bubbling as the seafood popped and steamed. "This holiday is cool," said Kapai. "Better than I'd dreamed." Then later Uncle Slim and Pepe strummed on their guitars, and Kapai fell asleep beneath the Cape Reinga stars. But in the darkness, Kapai woke. He heard a pitter-patter, a scratch, a scrape, a snuffly noise, and then a scary clatter. "Uncle Slim," he whispered, with his whiskers pricked in fright. "I think there might be spirits here all round us in the night." He's a bit nervy, our wee Kapai, isn't he? He's a bit of a scaredy cat. "Oh, what are they saying?" "Let's have a look," yawned Uncle Slim. "What's up?" said Tamatea. "It sounds as if we might well have some gate crashers round here." And shining out a flashlight in the black Reinga night, they saw a crowd of possums sitting, blinking in the night. So it's just a bunch of possums. "They're trying to steal our food," said Tama. "Out of here, you brats. You possum lot are just as bad as ferrets, stoats and rats." "Shoo! Get out!" yelled Pipi as the possums turned and fled. "Well, that's tonight's adventure, so I'm going back to bed." Possums can be a bit scary at night, though. They've got a very loud chatter. "They won't be back," said Uncle Slim. "They're truly on their way. Now get some sleep, you fellas, because tomorrow's Christmas Day." Christmas Day dawned bright and clear with presents all around, and everybody helped to set the hangi in the ground. Then friends arrived from everywhere, invited to come over. Gurney dropped in carrying a humongous pavlova. And while the kai was cooking, Uncle Slim said, "Here's the ticket, a bat, a ball, a beach. We have all the things we need for cricket." That's what you like to play on the beach, isn't it? Then dinner time and food for all with heaps to go around. The friends and whānau feasted in a circle on the ground. And later, as the ruru called, Kapai yawned, "Can I say, I don't think I've ever had a better holiday." So ruru is mopok for an owl. Then underneath his blanket, Kapai heaved a heavy sigh. The Southern Cross watched over from the velvet Christmas. Isn't that beautiful? Righty-ho. So that's Kapai done and dusted today. Now tomorrow our theme is, can you see what it is? It's Mother's Day. So we'll do some mummy books tomorrow. Ka kite popo. See you all tomorrow.